So very good day to everybody. This is internet programming, and in this class we try to understand the cookies, how you go with installation, as well as configuring the Apache Tomcat WebServer. Okay. So we'll discuss more about the database connectivity. So this is especially for you, my dear students and young researchers, and you can reach me at dr.christoananth@gmail.com. So before beginning the session, once again let me thank God for giving me this opportunity to deliver this useful session to share my knowledge among my fellow national, international participants, students and young researchers. So in this class, we discuss about JavaScript cookies, how you try to create a cookie with the JavaScript, how you try to change a cookie with JavaScript, what is the JavaScript cookie example that we will be discussing, and of course we have a function to get a cookie. Okay. So we go with the setup as well as installation of Apache Tomcat WebServer. Okay. Then finally we are going to end this class with the JDBC core components. Okay. So at regular intervals I will be giving you some short videos to discuss the knowledge in our topics. Right. So this is JavaScript cookies, where the cookies you can call it as a data. Okay. You can store it in small text files on your own personal computer or maybe your laptop even. Okay. So when the web server has sent this web page onto the browser, so the connection is actually shut down and the server will forget everything about that particular user. Okay. So here cookies were invented to actually solve this particular problem, how to actually remember this information about the user. Okay. So when the user is going to visit a particular web page, okay, so his or maybe her name can be stored in a cookie. Okay, so every time you try to visit a particular website, then immediately it will show, do you want to save this password? So that's one way to remember. Okay. So cookies are saved in the name value pairs. For example, like username John Doe, you can save them. Okay. And maybe whenever the browser is going to request a web page from the server, cookies will be belonging to that particular page are added to that particular request. Okay. So this way, the server is going to get the necessary data to actually remember the information about the particular user. So here, none of these examples will work. So that if your web browser has local cookies, support turned off. If it is turned off, means it will not work. Okay. So this is how you try to create a cookie with a JavaScript. Okay. So as I told you earlier in the previous classes, like JavaScript can actually create, can read and delete cookies with the document dot cookie property. Okay, document dot cookie property. Okay. So with JavaScript, a cookie can be created like document dot cookie equal to within double quotes username is equal to, you can specify one particular username. Okay, then double quote, then semicolon. Okay. You can also add an expiry date, especially in the time standard time. Okay, right. So by default, cookie is actually deleted when the browser is closed. Okay. So document.cookie is equal to username John Doe, that's the name you're going to specify. Expires, so you can have Thursday 18 December 2022. The time also you can specify. Okay. So using this path parameter, you can actually tell the browser what the path the cookie belongs to. Okay. And by default, the cookie belongs to the current page. Okay. So document.cookie is equal to username you are going to specify, semicolon, expires the Thursday, the date, okay, 18 December 2021, and the time even. Okay. You can specify the path even. Okay, that's the current page. So, and you can read the cookie with the JavaScript. So with JavaScript, the cookies can be read like x is equal to document.cookie. Okay, so the document.cookie will be returning all cookies in one string. Okay, like cookie 1 equal to value, cookie 2 equal to value, and cookie 3 equal to, you can specify a value. And with JavaScript, you can also change the cookie with JavaScript. Okay, so document.cookie is equal to username. You can specify the name. Okay, that's the name you are going to actually change. Okay, expires Thursday 18 December 2013. So that you are going to actually, you can specify the time even. So here, if you can see, the username is actually changed. Okay. So the old cookie is actually overwritten, and you can also delete a cookie with JavaScript even. Okay, so that's also very simple. You need not have to specify the cookie value when you try to delete a cookie. Okay, so you have to set the expires parameter to a past date. So here, if you can see, expires Thursday 1 January 1970. So you can specify, which means that it will be deleted. Okay. So here you will be having document.cookie property, so that it's just like a normal string that you will specify, okay, but it is actually it is not okay. So if you write a whole cookie string to the document.cookie, and when you try to read it again, you can only see the name value pair. For example, cookie 1 is equal to value, cookie 2 equal to value. Okay, so you can go with display all cookies, create cookie 1, create cookie 2, delete cookie 1, delete cookie 2. So you can perform all these functions with this cookie string. So this is the example where you try to create a cookie that stores the name of that particular visitor. Okay. So first time visitor arrives to the web page means he or she will be asked to fill his name or her name. So enter your name. Okay. So here the name is actually stored in that particular cookie. Okay. So the next time the visitor will arrive at the same page, he or she will be getting a welcome page. Okay. So hi, hello Saripo, welcome to this particular page. Okay. So that will be displayed. So here we will be having three JavaScript functions. One function to set a cookie value, second function to get a cookie value, and third function also to check the cookie value. First one to set, second one to get, third one to check. Okay. And there finally a function to set a cookie event. Okay. So here we will be having a function that will be storing the name of the visitor in the cookie variable. Okay. So here you will be having function set cookie, the name, the value, and the days. Okay. So const d new date. So d dot set time. Okay. D dot get time. Okay. Plus the extension of the days. Okay. 24 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 60 plus multiplied by 1000. Okay. So you will specify the expires. Okay. Plus d dot t out string. Okay. And you specify the document.cookie equal to c name plus c value plus expires that particular current path. Okay. So this is the example where you are going to enter the name of the cookie, cookie name, the value of the cookie, cookie value, and number of days until the cookie should expire. So this is the expiry of about that particular days. Okay. So the function will be setting the cookie by adding together the cookie name, cookie value, and of course the expires string event. Okay. So this is the function to actually get a cookie. So function get cookie, cookie name. So let name equal to cookie name plus you are going to have equal to. Okay. So let decoded cookie is equal to decode URI, universal resource identifier. Okay. Component document.cookie. So let CA. Okay. That's actually the decoded cookie dot split. So here you will specify the for loop for let I equal to 0. I less than ca dot length I plus plus. Okay. So let c is equal to ca of I. So while c dot share at 0, character at 0, you specify c is equal to c dot substring of 1. Okay. Then you close the brace. Okay. Then if c dot index of name equal to 0, you return the c dot substring. So name dot length and c dot length, and you find a return function. Okay. So you can also take the cookie name as a parameter event like cookie name, and you can create a variable that's a name and with a text that you can search for. Okay. And you have to decode the cookie string to actually handle the cookies with special characters like $. Okay. And you split the document.cookie on the semicolons. So CA, okay, that's a array, cookie array equal to decoded cookie dot split. So that's a function you will have. So you can also have loop, okay, that is going to go through this cookie array, okay, I equal to 0, I less than ca dot length, I plus plus. So that is going to read out the value c equal to ca of I, okay. And if the cookie is found means you are going to return the value about the cookie. So c dot substring of name dot length, c dot length, okay. And if it is not found means, the cookie is not found means, then you return with a empty string. Okay. Then there is a function to actually check a cookie. So finally you are going to return a function. You are going to create a function that is going to check if the cookie is actually set. Okay. So if the cookie is set means it will display hello, welcome. So it will display a greeting. Okay. So if the cookie is not set means it will display a prompt box asking for the name of the user. Okay. So the user name cookie, it will be stored for 365 days by calling the set cookie function. Okay. So here if you can see function check cookie. So let username is equal to get cookie of username. So if username not equal to empty string, then it will alert welcome again. then it will input the username. Okay, else case username, it will be prompt for entering the name. Okay, so if username not equal to empty string, ampersand username not equal to null means you will be setting the cookie, okay, the username for 365 days. Okay, then you close it. So you will have the code. Okay, so function set cookie, the cookie name, value, and expiry days. Okay, so const d is equal to new date. Okay, d dot set time, d dot get time plus expiry days 24, 60, 60,000. So that you will be specifying. So let expires, you will be specifying d dot to out. Okay, t out. Okay, string. Then document dot cookie c name plus c value plus expires, that current path. So function that get cookie of cookie name. So let name is equal to cookie name plus equal to. So the cookie array you will be specifying document dot cookie dot split. So for let I equal to 0, I less than cookie array dot length I plus plus. So you will specify c is equal to cookie array of I, and while c dot character at of 0. So you will specify c is equal to c dot substring of 1. Okay. So you will be specifying if c dot index of name equal to 0, then you return the substring, okay, name dot length, c dot length, return the empty. Then finally you will have the function check cookie. So this is you are checking the cookie. Let user is equal to get cookie of username. So if the user is not equal to the empty string, so alert welcome again plus user. Else case you prompt for entering the name, okay, and if user is not equal to empty, Amazon user is not equal to null, then you set the cookie for the username for the 365 days. So this is the output. So since the username is not entered, the cookie is not set means it will show please enter the name. When you enter, it will be actually stored and it will be calling the set cookie function 365 days. Then you can click on this. Okay. So you can also set up and then install the Apache Tomcat server event. So that's a web server and it's not an application server. So we will be having several components. You will be having several containers even. So that will be including Tomcat JSP engine. So here you will be having a range of different connectors. Server container event where you can reside onto the component. You can call it as a Catalina. Okay, so that's the component. Okay. So maybe you can. It's a free web server tool. Okay, you can download the Tomcat from tomcat.apache.org. Okay, so /download 70.cgi. Okay, so that is going to download it. You can unzip it in a particular location and you can open it. Okay, so suppose maybe you can use the E drive event to unzip the Tomcat, and maybe your Tomcat path will be E colon, okay, Apache Tomcat -7.0.41. So that is the version that you are going to download. So by default, Tomcat will be getting configured for running on the port 8080. Okay. So here it will be in the local server, it will be going on to localhost 8080. Okay. So that is the server. So you have to set up a new environment variable with the name Catalina home. Okay. And you have to assign a value to the Apache Tomcat installation directory. Okay. So maybe you will have E colon Apache Tomcat 7.0.41. So that is the version. Okay. So maybe if you have to start and maybe stop this Tomcat server, you have to use the batch files, especially in the Catalina home /bin. Okay. So startup.bat for starting for the server, and maybe shutdown.bat especially for exiting or maybe stopping the server. And finally, JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. So that's going to provide this Java application program interface that will be allowing the Java programs to actually access this database management systems. Here you will be having API, that we will be having interfaces, we will be having classes that will be allowing this Java programs to execute this SQL statements. Okay. So as I told you, we have interfaces and maybe classes in JDBC API, okay, written in the Java language. Okay. So we will be having core components, JDBC drivers, connections, statements, and then result sets also. So JDBC driver is actually a collection of classes. We will be implementing the interfaces specified in the JDBC API for opening the database connections, interacting with the database connections, and of course closing the database connections. And connections, before performing any database operation, we have to open a database connection, and in order to open the database connection, we can call the get connection method, especially for this driver manager class. So we'll have the syntax connection equal to driver manager dot get connection URL user and then password. So that you will be specifying. Then you will be having statements. So that is nothing but a set of statements going to execute the SQL or maybe SQL queries even against a database. Okay. So we need a statement especially for every single query, and JDBC application program interface will be defining the statement, callable statement, and of course the prepared type of statements given. And finally result sets. So that's actually a query which you are going to return the data in the form of the result set. Okay. So in order to read the query result, you are going to date that particular result set. So that will be providing a cursor that points to that current row in the result set.